ashver.com.
Hello and welcome to ashver.com. You are watching an interesting video on Parkour, quickest and most efficient manner possible using the power of the human body.
Please read the disclaimer carefully.
About the art of movement. What is Parkour? In its most simple and basic nature, Parkour is getting from point A to point B in the quickest and most efficient manner possible using only the power of the human body. In a more broad sense, Parkour is about efficiency and overcoming obstacles in an effective manner. Parkour history is very interesting. Parkour was originally developed in France by David Bell and others, who created a discipline devoted to the idea of efficient movement through and around obstacles. This efficient movement often includes vaulting, jumping, climbing, and rolling. A practitioner of Parkour is called a tracer. Since each person is inherently different, and each obstacle unique, tracers undergo intense physical training to help sculpt their bodies into works of efficient, powerful art. Parkour training involves undertaking repetitive, physically demanding tasks, and training your body to achieve the desired result in response to an obstacle. While martial arts is considered an art of fighting, Parkour may effectively be thought of as an art of flight, or fleeing. When presented with a situation that you must escape, and escape quickly so as to circumvent danger, there is nothing better than Parkour movements. Parkour is similar to a sport in many aspects, but different in that it is not usually competitive. Tracers usually train together and help each other with their movements and technique. Parkour does not have a set of perfect techniques to use for each obstacle, but there is the idea that each obstacle must be approached and overcome differently. Therefore, tracers train in as many areas and confront as many different environments and obstacles as possible so that eventually their bodies and minds will have the ability to pass through any environment with ease. There are, however, many universally accepted moves that are of great benefit for many situations. Here is a list of some of the more fundamental Parkour movements. The roll, similar in usefulness to the martial arts roll, the Parkour roll differs in that instead of rolling down the spine, you roll across your back to create as little contact as possible with your spine to the ground. Rolling from shoulder to opposite hip keeps your spine protected and helps you to continue your momentum. Vaults. A vault is simply the action of moving over an obstruction, and leaving the ground to do so. There are many types of vaults, but the most common, and probably most useful, is one called the con vault. This vault requires you to dive towards an obstacle with your hands outstretched. You plant your hands on the object and allow your momentum to bring your feet and the rest of your body over the object. Proper hand placement allows you to correct your flight and continue your vault into a run or for the next obstacle. Precision jumps. Precision jumps require intense focus and great body control, and involve jumping over a gap and landing in a precise spot. Precisions are common in places where your movement area is fairly restricted and you do not have room for a running start or for much error in your landing. You are usually jumping from one small, elevated platform, bar, wall, etc. to another similar surface. Cat leap. A cat leap is used in overcoming tall obstacles, such as a wall, that cannot be vaulted over. In order to perform this move, you must run or jump to the obstacle and grab onto the top of the obstacle with both hands, landing with your feet against the object in preparation of your next movement and to protect your body from slamming into the object. You'll be hanging from the object with your feet planted. From this point you can either climb up or drop down. Parkour versus free running. Parkour and free running are two terms that are often used interchangeably to refer to the same thing. More often than not, it is actually free running that people are talking about, since free running is what involves flips, tricks, and other such techniques. Free running was originally an offshoot of Parkour that allowed for less stringent adherence to efficiency and effective obstacle training, and focused more on the idea of freedom of expression and movement. Flips and tricks are almost entirely for visual appeal and offer little to Parkour because they will generally make overcoming an obstacle more difficult. Almost all of the YouTube videos that are Parkour related, usually have very little parkour aspects within them, and are almost entirely comprised of freerunning tricks. It is very common for tracers to participate in both parkour and freerunning activity, since the environment necessary for both disciplines are the same. There are parkour purists who are entirely against flips and tricks because of their inefficient nature and incorrect labeling as parkour movements, but these individuals are becoming more and more rare since most who begin training in parkour usually incorrectly assume that freerunning aspects indeed are parkour. Regardless of one's preference and the differences between the two arts, tracers and freerunners usually flock together, have great respect for one another, and uphold similar ideals for their respective craft.
Thank you for watching this interesting and informative video. This channel offers motivational, inspirational, valuable and informative videos to soothe, cleanse and inspire your health, mind, body and spirit. You can find a lot of interesting videos on wide range of topics here. Stay tuned and keep watching.